My sister was the golden child. She had the looks, the grades, and our parents' unconditional love. I was just the backup daughter. But when she stole $50,000 from my wedding fund to buy designer clothes and fund a luxury vacation, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I waited. I waited until her wedding day to show the world exactly who she really was. They say blood is thicker than water, but revenge? Revenge is the purest wine. And this is how I dismantled my sister's perfect life, piece by piece. The story. Growing up, my sister Sarah lived a life without consequences. She never heard the word no. If I got a new bike, she got a car. If I earned a scholarship, she got a celebration party. Everything I worked for, she was simply given. I learned early that if I wanted anything in life, I had to earn it myself. So I did. Through college, I worked 2 jobs, late-night shifts, early mornings, weekends I never got to enjoy. I sacrificed everything to build my future. By the time I turned 25, I had saved $50,000 for my dream wedding. It wasn't just money. It was years of exhaustion, discipline, and hope. Sitting safely in a joint savings account my mother had access to, for emergencies. Or so I believed. 6 months before my wedding to my fiancé, Mark, I walked into the bank to deposit my latest paycheck. That's when my world stopped. Balance, $14.32. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I refreshed the screen. Checked again. Same number. My hands started shaking as I pulled up the transaction history. What I saw didn't feel real. Massive withdrawals. Boutiques in Paris. Luxury hotels in Milan. High-end shopping sprees. And even a down payment on a brand new Mercedes. 3 months. That's all it took for everything I built to disappear. And then it clicked. Sarah had recently gone on what she called a European soul-searching trip. Except she hadn't found her soul. She had found my money. I confronted my parents that same night. I expected shock, anger, support. Instead, my mother calmly looked me in the eye and said, "Sarah was depressed, Emily. She needed that trip." I stood there, speechless. Then she added, "You're the strong one. You'll save it again." That hurt more than the theft itself. But nothing compared to Sarah's reaction. She didn't apologize. She didn't even pretend to feel guilty. She laughed. "It's just money, Em. Don't be so dramatic," she said casually. "Besides, I'm getting married next month. David's family is high society. I can't show up looking cheap." That was the moment everything inside me changed. Something cold. Something calculated. A switch flipped. They wanted a high society wedding? Fine. I was going to give them a performance they would never forget. I started digging. Quietly. Carefully. Sarah had always been reckless, but she wasn't stupid enough to leave everything exposed. Still, I knew her. And I knew where to look. Her fiancé, David, came from a wealthy and extremely traditional family. Reputation meant everything to them. They valued purity, honesty, image. Everything Sarah wasn't. The deeper I looked, the worse it got. Her so-called designer business? A complete lie. There was no real company, just a shell to impress people. She had been taking large investments from David's parents, claiming she was building a fashion empire. In reality, she was drowning in credit card debt. The money wasn't building anything. It was barely keeping her afloat. She wasn't just careless. She was a fraud. Then came the wedding day.
À $2.000 spectacle.
Perfect venue. Perfect decorations. Perfect illusion. Sarah looked like royalty, walking around like she had already won at life. And I played my role perfectly. Helpful. Supportive. Smiling. I even volunteered to handle the memory slideshow. A heartfelt montage of their relationship. No one questioned it. Why would they? I was just the quiet, responsible sister. The reception hall dimmed. The screen lit up. Soft music played. Photos of Sarah and David appeared. Laughing, smiling, looking like the perfect couple. Guests watched enchanted. And then, the music changed. The tone dropped. The next slide appeared. Bank statements. Clear. Highlighted. Undeniable. $50,000. Withdrawn from my account. A murmur spread through the room. Then came the next slide. Screenshots of her messages. David's parents are so gullible. They'll pay for everything. The room went silent. Completely silent. Then the final blow. Legal notices. Her fake business. Her unpaid debts. Her lies fully exposed. No one moved. No one spoke. Until David's father stood up. His face turned red with fury. David looked at Sarah like he had never seen her before. Like she was a stranger. And in that moment, her perfect world collapsed. The wedding was canceled on the spot. David's family didn't just walk away, they took legal action. They demanded every penny back. My parents, who had risked everything to support her image, lost their home. And Sarah? She lost everything she had built on lies. As for me, I took my own legal steps. I sued her for the $50,000 she stole. And this time, I had proof. Every transaction. Every record. Every lie. I won. But the real victory wasn't the money. It was the truth. For once, people saw her for who she really was. Not the golden child. Not the perfect daughter. Just someone who thought she could take everything, without consequences. I used the money to take a trip of my own. Not to escape. Not to prove anything. Just to breathe. Alone. At peace. As for Sarah, she now works 2 minimum wage jobs, trying to pay off debts she created herself. No luxury. No admiration. No spotlight. The golden child finally lost her shine. You'd think ruining her wedding would be enough. It wasn't. Because the real damage? That came after. The video from the wedding didn't stay in that room. Someone uploaded it. And within days it was everywhere. Family groups. Social media. Even people I didn't know were talking about it. Sarah didn't just lose her wedding. She lost her reputation. At first, she tried to deny everything. She posted long messages online, calling it edited, manipulated, and a jealous sister's revenge. But the problem with lies is that they don't survive evidence. David's family released a legal statement. Cold, professional, brutal. They confirmed everything. The fake business, the money, the manipulation. There was no coming back from that. Then came the calls. Not to her. To me. Relatives I hadn't heard from in years suddenly wanted to talk. Why didn't you tell us sooner? We always knew something was off about her. Funny, because when I did speak before, no one listened. My parents tried to fix things. But this time, they couldn't control the narrative. For the first time in their lives, they had to face the consequences of choosing favorites. My mother called me one night. Her voice wasn't strong anymore. Emily, can you take the video down? I paused. Then I said something she never expected. I didn't upload it. And that was the truth. But I didn't feel bad either. Sarah, on the other hand, she finally broke. No more attitude. No more arrogance. Just desperation. She showed up at my door one evening. No makeup. No designer clothes. Just her. For the first time ever. She looked small. I messed up, she said quietly. I stayed silent. She stepped closer. I'll pay you back. I swear. Just make this stop. That word again. Stop. Like everything that happened was just an inconvenience. I looked at her and realized something. This wasn't regret. This was fear. Fear of losing everything. Not guilt for what she did to me. So I asked her one question. If no one found out, would you have ever told me? She didn't answer. She didn't have to. That silence told me everything. I'm not the one who did this to you, I said calmly. You did. And then, I closed the door. Weeks turned into months. The lawsuits continued. The debts piled up. Her so-called friends disappeared. Because people love you when you shine. But they vanish when the truth comes out. And me? For the first time in my life, I felt free. Not because I got revenge, but because I finally stopped being invisible. They made her the golden child. But in the end, the truth turned her into nothing but a lesson.